Oh, so far so good.
This your first one?
No, this is my first one in San Diego. I love it. Let's get right to it. This is my first one in San Diego. I mean, of course, it's something that I've heard about happening for years. You know, you always hear about Comic-Con in San Diego. That it's one of the largest ones. But I just got back 2 weeks ago from one in London. That was really fun. The costumes here are a little bit more revealing. I care too. I saw a guy walking around in a Speedo that he should have left that costume at home. But it was okay because I didn't know what character he was playing. You know? I was like, that was Boosie Collins meets somebody. But they've been fun. Everyone's having a good time, and that's what's important.
So how did you come to be on Femme?
Wow, actually I was offered the role to play Dean Vera Rutledge. The producers and everyone had me in mind, and I'd actually been on the road for 14 months producing and starring in a stage play with Ryan McKnight called Cheaper to Keeper. And so I was really glad to get back after doing a stage play where you do 8 shows a week, to get back and act and to play a character. It was a femme fatale who was beautiful and smart, and it felt good to be back acting again. I'm not saying that the stage, I wasn't acting as well, but it's just a different format.
Can you describe your character?
Dean Vera Rutledge, she's a strong woman. She is the head of a community college, and her husband happens to be having an affair with one of the other professors there. And instead of her freaking out and crumbling, she confronts her head on. And I think that's literally.
With a hammer?
No, not yet. You have to stay tuned to find out what happens. But you know, it's one of those things that when I learned working with Quentin Tarantino, that revenge is a dish best served cold.
What does it mean to be a strong woman?
A leader, someone that isn't a victim, that doesn't let her circumstances take over. Things happen, and she makes the best of it.
So how many new professors is she looking for by the end of the episode?
I can't tell you. She just kind of she confronts her. I can and let you know that what happened, which I think is a dynamic scene. It's a clip that they're going to show a little bit later because she reels her in, and you think nothing's going to happen. That okay, she's just going to wimp out. And instead she confronts her, and it's a wonderful scene. I love that when you get to play characters where the language isn't so censored and so clean. The language was very raw, but sexy and alluring at the same time.
Is there an emotion that you particularly like to play a lot because you really get something out of it?
Well, for me it would definitely be playing characters that have strength. I haven't played a lot of weak characters in my career. I've set it off and Kill Bill and done a whole bunch of fun things.
Independence Day.
And Independence Day. So I think that when casting comes about for Vivica Fox, mostly it's a woman that has strength and integrity and who will stand up for herself, and that really works for me because it's kind of an aspect of my personality that is really true, that even if I play a mom, she's a strong mom that wants her kids to be good people. And in my personal life, lately been dealing with mentoring programs where we're talking to children about choices in life, that they've got to make good choices because the choices that they make today can affect them for the rest of their life. So even if I play a mom or a detective or a kick-butt chick, because even in Kill Bill I was kind of a combination of a mom and a former, assassin, that, it still had all of those wonderful elements involved. And so that's cool because I think in life we all have different elements that we play, that we know how to play the role of being strong, as I was saying, know your place, stay in your lane, and play your position. And with that, to me, was strength.
Ms. Fox, you mentioned maintaining a private life.
Yes.
What advice would you give to people new to Hollywood in terms of maintaining that? Because you're not somebody that we see on TMZ and that kind of thing. So
in the
how do you
as much.
Absolutely. So how do you maintain that? How do you keep your private life private?
Well, for me, maintaining your private life is not revealing so much, because you have to realize the more that you reveal, the more that it will be open to judgment. and sometimes the judgment is unfair and it's cruel, and it can really hurt you sometimes. Like I'm going to be getting married soon, and
congratulations.
thank you very much. Daddy did good.
Yeah.
Real small.
Yeah, I know exactly. Didn't catch it at all, right? Just a little ice cream sitting on her eyes. And I'm going to tell you something. We went to the reality show because his name is Slim. His name is Omar White. He's a club promoter in Atlanta, and
Which
it was
club
like
does he have in Atlanta?
Primal.
Primal.
Yes.
I get your emails all the time, his emails, right? Not your emails. But...
Oh, you up in the club?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm on the list. Yeah.
enjoy yourself. Why not?
Yes, ma'am.
When we got engaged, it was like the #1 Yahoo trending thing or whatever of the day. And so we thought that everyone would be interested in seeing the wedding and the whole shebang. And the first thing we went there, they were like, so what do you guys fight about? So who are your friends that are like a mess? So who are your, to me, I just think that I was like, you know what? I don't want to start off my marriage with fights and creating drama because we get along very good. And so that's not something I want to do. So how do I keep my private life private? Back to your question, is that I've learned that I don't need them. I work. I do the work.
Right.
As an actress, I let my work pay off for what it is. I try not to live life in a fishbowl. I've got to turn off. Sometimes, if I'm on all the time, how will my husband ever really get to know me as his future wife? So I just have learned to turn off, to be able to hang out with my family and my friends and not be so on.
I love it.
And that it doesn't make a difference, going to dinner if that is going to end up in a magazine or on the blog the next day. I don't need that validation. I've worked very hard for the last 25 years to establish the brand and the name of Vivica Fox, so I let my work speak for me.
Interesting.
I love it. Thank you.
What is the Vivica A. Fox brand?
Lots of different things. Great, crazy, sexy, cool.
That's a good tagline. I like that. That's great.
It's been crazy at times. When my life was tabloidish, that I didn't like that. I didn't care for people to say things about me that weren't really true, or to make assumptions about me that weren't really true, but I took the high road. I never would speak bad about others because it's never been a test of my character that I needed to step on others for success.
And I asked the question because we're in a social media age and people talk about a personal brand, but apparently you are careful about structuring yours and controlling that brand.
Absolutely.
Which gets back to her question about.
But we just need to go to the pool with them and have a good time. We need to just throw some shots on up here. What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
They need to crunk up in San Diego. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that. I'm sorry.
That was cool.
Yeah, just I heard a couple things. Yeah. Okay, but it's okay. I just don't want to make sure that that's in the back of my interview.
No, it's okay. Hey, I now want a cocktail again.
Yeah, I know. Next. I'm sorry. So anyway,
But yeah.
the brand of Vivica Fox. Because when you get older, Hollywood has a tendency, especially because they're just now embracing baby boomers. They're just now understanding that women over 40 still want to get it strong. You know what I mean? Guys are finding older women sexy because there used to be a time that after you turn 35 that they would put you out to pasture. They just didn't know what to do with you.
You're perpetually 25, so my vibe is.
Thank you. Up in the gym, just working. Keep it tight, keep it right. But anyway, but I've been smart to not let Hollywood or wait on my agents to make the phone ring. And I've also not limited my opportunities. And when I say that, I don't have a problem doing film, television. Now reality has totally taken over, but I refuse to get in a cat fight and get drunk and throw water on somebody. That's not going to happen. It may another time, but not on camera. So with reality, hosting shows, I'm now tentatively shooting a talk show with the Style Network. Myself, Adrian Curry, Ali Fedotowsky, and Nick Perez. We're working on a talk show with the Style Network. I've hosted the reunion special for Jerseylicious. So you figure out, okay, if reality is what's happening right now, how can I best fit into that without doing something that I'm not proud of?
You're the first person I've talked to this trip as an actor who said that. Every other actor hates reality TV, says it takes away from their business, yada, yada, yada.
Well, it is what it is.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Hello. Give me some on that. So don't trip. Don't hate. Congratulate. If that's what's working right now, then don't trip. You know, it's just like when cable first came along. I'm sure people were like, oh my God, cable. They're too raw. They're too real. It's like, well, aren't you tired of working on shows and you get censored? So I've embraced cable so much with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
which
right.
has led.
Oh, you were wonderful on that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry they cut
But
you
the
out.
blacks are gone, except for Leon.
Leon, your brother.
Now, how did Leon get to move to New York? He did, but you know. So I'm
JB
grateful for
Smooth.
cable, especially now for shows like Femme Fatales, because they're not afraid to embrace women that are beautiful, that are dangerous and sexy, and to make a show out of it. They really don't have a lead character per se, but each week they have a new show, a new drama that's going on, and it's raw and in your face with cleavage.
You're gonna be back, right?
Huh?
They're gonna have you back for more. They
We'll
talk.
see.
Yeah, they better.
We shall see.
I hate to say it, but we're gonna
You gotta wrap
one
me
more
up.
question.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you. One of my favorite lines was when you told Uma Thurman, you know, I should have been Black Mamba.
I should have been Black Mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
I should have been motherfucking Black Mama as well.
and yeah, the energy in that was great. And I wondered, as a black actress, if you
Yeah.
felt like Hollywood is improving in the number of doors that are open for you, if there's been any shift since your career started, or if you've got a perspective.
Well, see, you know, that's a box that you can put yourself into.
Amen.
This is something that you have to realize about being an African American. We've always had to work twice as hard from the beginning of time. It's not going to change. It is what it is. You can embrace that or stand around and become bitter Betty. I don't believe in doing that. And so that is why I have become a producer. I've started branding my own. I've got my own wig line. If y'all want to go, please go to vivicafoxhair.com.
All right.
I'll throw you some good hair. So I've learned not to become a prisoner of Hollywood or waiting on my agents to create projects for me. It's why I do stage, I do film, and I do reality. I don't complain. I just try to make new venues. If I sit around and complain and become bitter, it's nobody's fault but my own. Okay?
I hate to say it, we're gonna have to wrap it up because we have to get Vivica over to the
Real quick, that cat fight you had
Last
in
half question.
Generations.
Uh-huh.
How's
Janelle,
that
I know
rate-
that came back to life, didn't
How does
it?
that rate? It's all over YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube Doreen Maya.
Janelle
fight,
Allen.
On Generations.
Yes.
How does that rate among all the fights you had on
That was
the
a good
screen?
one. It wasn't as good as Kill Bill. It wasn't as good as Kill Bill. I'll tell you that, because Kill Bill I trained for 6 months.
Wow.
So, you know,
Yeah.
Quentin stretched me in places I didn't know my legs could go. And I love him for that. But if you guys ever want to see another cat fight starring Vivica Fox in a gown, check
Yeah.
out that.
That's
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.